So everybody is moving their events online, but how easy is it to take your live events and produce something really fantastic online? We're very lucky today to be talking to an old friend of mine, Daniel Steinhauer. Great to have you join us, Daniel.
Thanks, Rob.
He is an absolute master at this stuff. I've known Daniel for probably 10 years, and he's helped us in all manner of ways with our events, online and offline. So that's the topic that we're going to be talking about. So maybe you've moved into the world of online events and you've participated in online events, and some are really great and some are not so great. So Daniel, master of events and of course online events as well, what are some of the things that people really get wrong when they're getting into online events?
Wow, well, that's a can of worms right there, isn't it, mate? Um,
So
I think there's
let's
there's a
not go for an
couple.
hour. Give us the top three
Yeah,
or
yeah,
four.
that's right. Yeah, yeah. I think there's a couple of really fundamental ones that people miss quite quickly, and they can change it quite quickly as well, and actually shift it. I think the first one is not engaging with your customers or your delegates or your attendees. Engagement is the name of the game. So anything online, it's all about engagement. The number one thing that I find probably the most frustrating is when you're talking to somebody on a Zoom call or a conference, and they're sitting there like this, and they're reading their notes, or they're looking at the other people in attendance,
I'm,
rather than
I'm,
looking
I'm,
down the camera
I'm
and
making
actually
sure I'm looking at the
engaging.
camera now.
Yeah, exactly. So as soon as you don't look at the camera, you're immediately disconnecting with people, and it's such a simple thing to do. And the other thing is, well, audio and video. I mean, lighting and good sound and good image is just so important. You know, if you don't have that stuff, it's not expensive to do, man.
Yeah,
You can do it
that's
with one of
true.
these little puppies, you know, little
Yeah.
iPhone or something like that. They've got great cameras and they've got great ability to
I mean,
actually
that's
use.
interesting. I know you're sitting in your studio at the moment, and we've got the
That's right.
studio lights. I won't go and move the camera, but my office is actually a studio. So
Yeah.
I've got soft boxes, reflectors. I've got a hair light up here. I've got a pro microphone. Yeah, it's not hard to do, is it? So
No,
if
it's
you're
not.
putting on these events, don't try and sort of do it with your PC camera and all that
That's
kind of
right.
stuff.
That's right. And that's a really good point. You know, it's the PC cameras are in there for a reason. I mean, the Mac ones are okay, but some of them are really dodgy, and they put them in because they're cheap and they're really small. They've got very small sensors. You know, I'm running off a Sony A6600 or whatever it is, one of those 4K cameras at the moment, and I'm literally plugged into Zoom with an audio, like a video interface to actually be able to connect to it.
Great.
But it's not expensive. I think I paid maybe $30 for the interface so that I could connect it into Zoom. You know, that's not a big expense at
You'll,
all.
you'll,
And
you'll have to
thank
tell
you
me
for
how to do that because I'm just
yeah.
using a webcam.
Well, you know, it's the little things that actually make a big difference, especially in events. You know, everybody's been on a Zoom call, everybody's been on a live event, but if you don't take the time to actually just polish those little bits, you'll never get to that next level. And I think that that's one of the big things that I find when I work with my clients. I make sure that that they are actually going on a journey with their customers as well, with their clients, you know, because the ability to connect with people on online events or in online events, however you look at it, is so much greater and so much higher and so much more powerful. The ability to be able to jump into a room with somebody one-on-one and actually sit down and talk with them, or the ability to just eyeball somebody, you know, just like Tony Abbott said to Putin, you know, I'm gonna shirt tail and eyeball you. Maybe not the same sort of thing, but you can certainly connect with people. We had an event recently where somebody was actually direct messaging somebody, and they said something inappropriate about the event, and it wasn't even really that bad, but it gave us as the event organizers the opportunity to pull that person aside and just look in the camera and just go, dude, what are you doing, mate? You know, like that's not necessary. We're here together to work together. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it.
Oh,
It was
public.
like yeah.
Yeah.
And at live events, you just can't do that. It's just not possible when you've got 5,000 people sitting in a room, and I think Rob, we've talked in the past about, will live events ever come back, the whole physical event. And I think they will, but I think it's going to always have the element of online. And if we can't do online well, then you're never going to have that meshing.
Yeah,
or
and it's such a great opportunity, isn't it? I mean, we've done live events for 20 years. I'm just loving the online events now because we're doing webinars and things, which kind of really low level online events. But we're getting people from 25 different countries on it. It's fantastic,
That's right.
The insights and the sharing and so on.
Yeah.
But you do these at a totally different level, don't you? I mean, the online events that you do with your clients, just tell us briefly about that. You basically build a TV studio. I've seen these events; they're phenomenal. And your presenters are there, and they're presenting online, like from a TV studio live.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, we tend to, there's a couple of different models we use, but we usually go to a location, whether it's their office or a hotel conference room, and we basically build out a studio with 60-inch monitors or massive amounts of computers so that we can have breakout rooms and different things. So we're talking, you might have 50, 100, 200 people, and you're splitting them out to different rooms for 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. And it's just really a lot of fun, but it's all about engagement. And then the speakers or the host can actually sit there or stand there actually and literally be in somebody's living room presenting live and be able to see everybody on the screens. And it's just really, it's really
amazing.
cool. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, if people want to do events like that, is there a link or something we can share? So,
yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Whatever platform you're watching this on, if you have any questions, do post questions, and I'll buttonhole Daniel to answer them for you.
Yeah, cool.
But maybe there's a link that we could share where people could reach out to you for advice or get an idea of kind of what you do with these online events, because I've seen them. I mean, they're amazing.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, they're good fun.
That's and we've been doing events for many years together, and I have to say, mate, you are very good at doing them. So thanks for joining us today. It's great to hear those tips, and look forward to talking to you again very soon on this topic. Make sure you put questions down below, whatever platform that you're on.
Very cool. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Daniel. And remember that if you enjoy the videos on this channel, do hit subscribe, do hit like, do share, and we'd love to hear your questions down below. Either I'll answer them or more likely I'll get Daniel to answer them. So thanks again for watching.